This is a sad, tragic tale, but someone has to tell it. It's about the sudden, costly death of a dealership. Yeah, I was there from the beginning to the end. I saw it all, so I guess I'll be the one to tell the tale. Do you see that little red car over there? That's Margie. She couldn't be happier. The last time she was here, more than a decade ago, they really screwed her over. Have you ever wished for the sudden, painful death of an auto dealership? Margie has, and her wish has come true. She is simply overjoyed, but more about that later. This particular dealership, among the waist-deep weeds, has plenty of parking. Over 600 well-lit parking spaces on nearly 12 acres. Being built in 2004 at a cost of nearly $5 million, it had specifically designed lighting to address community concerns. Since the lights are no longer on, there is no longer a community concern. Except for an occasional illicit transaction taking place in the vast vacant parking lot, there really are no concerns at all. Okay, back to the story. This is also a story about a girl named Margie who loved her little red car. She loved her little red car so much that she waxed it more than she drove it. More than a decade ago, she came here to get a door speaker fixed, but they tore apart her steering column and ignition switch instead. How does that even happen? That started her nightmare of more than half a year. Creating a problem that they could not fix, it came back here for 2 more tries. From January until July, it went to 2 different dealerships for a total of 6 times. 4 of those times on the back of a flatbed tow truck. She was the only one I ever knew who had a tow company on speed dial. It took 3 additional trips to a second dealership to fix the problem that this dealership created. She was eventually reimbursed by the parent company for her expenditures, but she has never forgotten the 6-month ordeal. This little video is just her small way of getting some satisfaction. As to the demise of this dealership, it covered over 60,000 square feet. It closed in 2009, having been at this location for only 5 years. That was almost a decade ago, and it has been vacant ever since. For having been abandoned, it is remarkably well preserved. Absolutely no graffiti, and most of the glass is still intact. And this is where the name used to be. Don't get your tours fixed here. It comes with covered parking for your derelict shopping carts. The structure itself is only slightly coming apart. That will buff right out, but this and waist-deep weeds will get you one of these. Okay, let's see. A notice of public nuisance? Check. Waist-high weeds? Check. Miscellaneous debris and rubbish? Check. Someone had better get out here and clean this crap up or else? Check. It is my belief that this particular dealership died in 2009. That same year, its parent company, not to be named, a multinational global conglomerate and the manufacturer of domestic automobiles, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. They systematically terminated the franchisee agreements of 661 dealerships nationwide. These dealerships can no longer sell or service their product. This dealership was one of the 661 terminated. Without saying too much, I can tell you that they sold Narubuses, Odarvlises, Razalbgiarts, Eohats, Eknalavas, as well as Al-Atmis and Ubalams. Everything is pretty much as they left it nearly a decade ago. A thick coating of dust covers everything. Do you see that chair on the right? That was probably the one she sat on while demanding reimbursement. That little white chair looks out of place. What was that used for? Punishment? You screwed up, so you gotta go sit in that crappy little white chair? It looks like someone left a nice tidy pile. As I recall, this was once a bustling work area. Too many Gen Xers running around in circles from cubicle to cubicle trying to figure out exactly what it was they were supposed to be doing. I got no sense of cohesiveness. Teamwork? What's that? This was once a busy hallway. It had windows overlooking windows that overlooked the front service bay. It was one of the 2 service bays that this dealership had. I wouldn't recommend it. Someone left their footprints in the dust. That's poetic. If listed back in 2014, it may have had an asking price of $4.6 million. That would equate to a 10-year depreciation of over $300,000. Some of those big-time dealership bucks went towards murals, artist unknown. The back of the building didn't fare so well. This door has obviously been repaired, and next to it is a door that obviously needs repair. Now let's see what the back set of service bays look like. My God, what's that? Is the ceiling coming down? Fire extinguishers laying around everywhere. They were nice enough to take most of their hazardous waste with them when they left. The back of the building has endured the impact of the elements as well as the occasional vandal. This was the only real damage done to the structure. A few more broken windows and words to live by. Boy, have they got that right. This looks like a good place for our story to end. Somewhere, there may be a moral to this story. I wonder if they even saw it coming.